Welcome back, guys. Even though we're in the middle of winter over here in Australia, I'm heading away overseas to get some warmth, and so it's time to have a look at some of the Hermes previous summer collection. And I have picked up a purchase today. Interestingly enough, as I continue along in the ready to wear section, I find it really fascinating that some of the items do come in the garment bags like my previous purchases did, and then some of these lower end items, lower end being, just a little bit over $1,000, they do just come wrapped in the tissue paper and with the stickers. Now, I'm not sure if this is always the case depending on your sales assistant, or if it varies depending on the worth of the item, or if it's just how busy your sales assistant is on the day, but this is how mine was packaged up here. Now, it's okay because I'm not giving it as a gift, and really I'm just going to be opening up and using it, but I think that probably the only thing I would suggest is that for Hermes to really push that luxury experience to the next echelon, I feel like that they could probably spare a garment bag or two for all of their ready to wear items rather than just wrapping them up in tissue paper. This didn't even come in a box. I think even just a box and some ribbon would have been great too. So here we go, let's open this up. Has plenty of Hermes stickers on it though. It has been wrapped very, very well. I just have the feeling that if it was in the box, it really would have added to a bit more of that luxurious experience. So let's pop this out. I really don't like ripping their tissue paper. Now, the colour that I bought is this lovely jewel green colour. Have a look at that. And it has this mosaic embroidery on the pocket. Now, this is a really, really common item for Hermes t-shirts. This is in their traditional cut, and this is in a jewel colour. What's the colour of this? Let me have a look. Should be on the tag here. It says Vert Acanthe, and this is in the size 34. So it is a beautiful cotton jersey fabric, 100% cotton jersey. As I said, this embroidered pocket. You can machine wash it, it says. You just need to machine wash it inside out. But if you have a look at the embroidery on that, I mean, that's some really next level detail. I did try this also in the black. Now the black, look, I'm very much a fan of black in my wardrobe, but I feel like it didn't really give a chance for this beautiful embroidered pocket to stand out, and I feel it's really such a showpiece on this item that you really don't want to hide it, and so that's why I chose this color here. I'm not really a green person, but when I popped this on, in comparison to the black, I felt like it really just had that beautiful pop of color that was needed for summer. Now, I did try a few other items as well. I did try this like twain type silk skirt. This was really, really lovely. It had such a nice pattern on it. I'm normally not a fan of the twain types of clothing that they have. So they do have the cardigans and some shirts and other skirts, but this one was done really, really nicely. The length is beautiful, very, very classic. But my only concern that I said to my SA at that stage was, does this age me? Does it make me look like I'm a middle-aged lady? And of course he was very, very nice about it. He said, no, it looks absolutely lovely on you. But I just wasn't convinced enough to make the leap and purchase that one. I also did try on the Bolduc O Carry micro t-shirt. I completely butchered that, sorry guys. I tried this in the Rouge Sanguine, and I've also tried this at another stage in the Blanc Cassé, so I'll see if I've got the footage of that to put up. Now, they're not joking when they call this a micro t-shirt, because after you've tried this on, this is a really, really beautiful fit, and I know why it comes in every season in different colors, and this must really be so popular. I'd say that probably almost every Hermes lover really probably has one of these in their wardrobe, and it's such an easy one to pop underneath anything, and it can be dressed up and dressed down. So this is cut really, really nicely. You can wear it with jeans, you can wear it with a skirt. It really goes so nice with everything. But the micro t-shirt is like so micro. Like, I am quite a small build. You can see that my arms are quite small build, but even on the website, the models that are wearing this, it does look a little bit sort of like a toddler t-shirt on them. So I feel like that if they had gone for a slightly more generous sizing, it might have been a little bit more popular. And the fabric on this is also a little bit thin. It's much thinner than this fabric. And considering that they are around a similar price point, I feel that this is much more classic looking, and it also has a much better fit. So the micro t-shirt I really, really did want to get, because I thought it was such an impressive sort of pattern on it, but I just couldn't really do it after I had tried this on and compared the fit of the two of them. I also tried some puffer coats because, you know, it's winter, why not? They had two puffer coats that I tried. One was a Tundra puffer coat. This is water repellent. It has some really snazzy internal pockets, and this would come really handy. I do love some pockets in a jacket. It's very, very padded and puffy, and I love that. I love puffer jackets that have a little bit of weight to them. So this one felt really, really good and comforting to wear. Lots of padding on it. I try this in the Rouge Cellier. This is made in Italy, has a nice high collar, it has a hood, really, really warm. I probably will end up with this at some stage because I really like it. The only thing that was holding me back at that stage was I wasn't sort of wearing enough thick items on the inside to be able to tell if I could layer it up really well. So I do need to go back to the store and try that, perhaps with a jumper inside, and make sure that it sits over the top of that really nicely. So this is in the equestrian section, and of course if you are diversifying your profile and you're buying from different categories, it's always great to jump into the equestrian department as well. It looks great on your profile when you're trying to work towards getting a very special bag. The other item that's in the equestrian section that I tried too is the Piumino Extra Light Puffer Coat. Now, they're not joking when they call this extra light. So look guys, if they call it a micro t-shirt, or if they're saying that something is extra light, they really do mean it. This is seriously as light as a feather. And in fact, it's too light for me. It may appeal to people that really don't want to have that heavy, heavy weight of a big puffer jacket. But for me, I found that it was too light, it was too loose, it just didn't have enough tailoring on it, and it seemed like a little bit of a cheap alternative to the other puffer coat that I had tried. I also found that the orange on this was too hardcore. Now, I'm normally not one to complain about things being too orange and too Hermes and too hardcore, but for me, this was a little bit too hardcore. I felt like I was pretty much just wearing like a billboard for Hermes. So I decided to pass on this, and along with the fact that the cut just didn't seem that right for me. As you know, I recently bought the Chaine D'ancre denim skirt in the vert colour, and they also have a dark blue skirt, so I thought I would duck in and try this one as well. This is from the previous season, but because I really love the vert colour, I thought perhaps it might be nice to have a couple of them. I still do really like the vert much better than this blue one. I feel the blue one is also too loud, so I've decided to stick with the other one that I have and then see how I go for wearability with that, and then maybe consider this one down the line. As you can see, I've been spending a lot of time in the change room at Hermes trying on ready to wear. I have really found that some of the items that they may not look as nice on the rack, but when you try them on, you really start to understand the quality of the fabrics and the detail that is put in to make them into a luxury item. So if you haven't quite made the leap yet into ready to wear, I suggest that you just try on a couple of pieces. There's no pressure. Most of the SAs are quite happy for customers to really just have a little play around in the ready to wear section, because it's only from trying things on that you start to develop an understanding of their cuts and their colors and what they're trying to achieve in their ready to wear line. So I'd highly recommend for anyone trying to diversify their profile and also just trying to find out a little bit more about the Hermes fashion house, give their ready to wear a little bit of a go. Look, you don't have to buy ready to wear, of course. It's not compulsory in order to get a quota bag, but I feel like that if you're going to dive head into this whole experience, you might as well learn to appreciate all of the different categories that they have. And I'm buying these out of a true appreciation of their beauty, and have really, really enjoyed all the purchases that I've bought so far with my SA. So please do share what your favorite piece of ready to wear is. Let me know how you've gone with yours and how it's also held up in the long term with washing and dry cleaning. Hope you're having an amazing day. Catch you soon. Bye.